Good morning, dear students of class 9th. Today you are going to study about the permanent tissues in plants. And they are simple permanent tissues, complex permanent tissues. Here, under simple permanent tissues, you will study today about parenchyma and collenchyma tissues. Parenchyma and collenchyma tissues plus one more is there, sclerenchyma. It means plants are having the two types of permanent tissues, simple permanent tissues and complex permanent tissues. And under simple permanent tissues there are three: parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. But today here you will study about only simple permanent tissues, parenchyma and collenchyma. What are the permanent tissues? Permanent tissues are those tissues which have lost the ability to divide, means cells which form the permanent tissues, they have lost the ability to divide. But in case of meristematic tissues, you have studied that the cells of meristematic tissues, they have ability to divide and they are always young. Here in the permanent tissues, the cells have permanent shape and their functions are also decided. Although these permanent cells are formed from the meristematic tissues, but later on these cells they have definite shape, size, structure and function, and the process is called differentiation. Means during the meristematic activities cells divide, later on these cells have definite shape, size, structure and function, then they are called permanent tissues and this process is called differentiation. Different types of permanent tissues are formed due to the differences in their specialization. Permanent tissues may be simple, complex or special. So, as I told you, we are going to study about the simple one today. And simple permanent tissues, generally they have either thin cell wall or thick cell walled. Cells may be living or they may be dead. Thickening of the cell wall may be regular or irregular. These things you will study here. If we go through the cells of permanent tissues, you will find that their shape and size are definite and their size and shape does not change after getting the shape and size once. Second thing, they have specific functions. If they are involved in the storage of food or synthesis of food or providing mechanical support, providing flexibility, whatever the work is assigned to them, they are specific in their functions. So far as wall is concerned, I told you wall may be thick or thin. Like in parenchyma, thin wall is there. In sclerenchyma, there is thick wall is there. And so far as collenchyma is concerned, they are unevenly thickened. Division means cell division. The permanent cells generally they do not divide. A live parenchyma cells and collenchyma cells, they are living cells, but the sclerenchyma cells are dead cells. Now, what is the difference between meristematic tissues and permanent tissues? Meristematic tissues, their cells are small, isodiametric and undifferentiated, but permanent cell tissues, they are large, differentiated with the different shapes. Meristematic tissues, their spaces, intercellular spaces are absent because these cells are very small and they are very close to each other. But permanent tissue cells, they have intercellular spaces. Vacuoles are nearly absent in meristematic tissues, and here large vacuoles, they occur between the permanent cells. Nucleus, it is very large and prominent, and here nucleus is less conspicuous. Cell wall is thin, as I told you, and here cell wall may be thin or thick. Meristematic tissue, they are well known for the regular divisions, and permanent tissues, they do not divide. Metabolism, the rate of metabolism is very high in the meristematic tissues. Why? Because these cells are always young and in the dividing condition, and here metabolic rate is comparatively slower. Life, always meristematic tissues are living, that is why they divide continuously. But these cells, permanent cells, may be living or dead. It take part in the growth, it take part in the protection, support, conduction, photosynthesis, storage. So these are the differences between the meristematic and permanent tissues. Let us talk about the simple permanent tissues. They are of three types, as I told you: parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. So here today we will discuss about the parenchyma and collenchyma. So first of all, parenchyma. See here, this is the diagram of the parenchyma. The parenchyma cells are living cells. They are spherical, oval or polygonal in shape. See here, they contain vacuoles. Nucleus are more conspicuous and they are in the peripheral region. Nucleus थोड़ा सा किनारे होता है, बीचों बीच नहीं होता. These cells may contain chloroplast. Not all the parenchyma cells, but some parenchyma cells contain chloroplast and their name is changed chlorenchyma. जिस पेरेंकाइमा में क्लोरोप्लास्ट होता है उसे हम क्लोरेनकाइमा कहते हैं. न्यूक्लियस इज लोकेटेड इन द पेरिफेरल रीजन and between the two cells intercellular spaces are present, gaps are present. It means these cells are not very tightly or compactly packed. And They are metabolically also active. These cells may be present in the aquatic plants where they contain the air spaces and help in the floating of aquatic plants. They may be present in the leaves along with the chloroplast, and here they help in the synthesis of the food material. And so far as their location is concerned, parenchyma cells are present all over the body, either root, stem, leaves, flower, fruit, seed, everywhere. They are thin-walled and their cell wall is made up of cellulose. They may be spherical, polygonal or oval in shape, having intercellular spaces, having vacuoles with them, and nucleus is aside or peripheral region. Metabolically active cells are there in comparison to other parenchymatous cells. See here description. It is a simple permanent tissues of thin-walled, relatively unspecialized, nearly isodiametric cell. लिविंग सेल्स होती हैं and gaps are also present there, intercellular spaces, as I told you, and vacuoles. There is a central vacuole and peripheral cytoplasm containing nucleus. See here, they are loosely packed and having intercellular spaces, as I told you. Location: they are present in the stem, root, leaves, flower, fruits, seeds, almost in all the parts of the plants. And in the form of mesophyll cells, they are present in the leaves and contain chloroplast, as I told you, and they help here in the photosynthesis. And these cells are present in the cortex region, in the pith region, medullary region, stem, everywhere they are present, just like fill in the blanks. So far as function is concerned, main function of parenchyma cells, wherever they are, they store the food for the plant. They act like storage organs. But in succulent organs, like in stem, phylloclade in desert plants, they contain mucilage and water. जैसे आप नागफनी में देखेंगे जो उनका स्टेम होता है वो काफ़ी थिक होता है, मस्कुलर होता है, और अंदर यदि आप उसको फाड़ेंगे तो थोड़ा चिपचिपा टाइप का लिक्विड भी होता है उसके अंदर, और पानी भी भरा रहता है, क्लोरोप्लास्ट भी रहता है. तो इसी तरह स्टेम में म्यूसिलेज और वाटर भरने का काम पेरेंकाइमा सेल्स करती हैं. एंड दीज सेल्स दे एब्जॉर्ब वाटर एंड बिकम्स टर्जिड एंड गिव्स सपोर्ट टू द प्लांट्स. Other functions are there: gaseous exchange. Gaseous exchange because they have intercellular spaces with them. Between the parenchyma cells, intercellular spaces are there. So it also helps in the gaseous exchange. Waste products are also stored here, like tannin, resin, gums, etc. जो प्लांट्स में होते हैं, केमिकल सब इसी में रहते हैं. और कभी कभी ये स्लो ट्रांसपोर्ट में भी मदद करते हैं. आल्दो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन टेक्स प्लेस बाय जाइलम एंड फ्लोएम, बट lateral movement, little bit movement of water and food takes place through the parenchyma cells. Chlorenchyma, I told you, those parenchyma cells who contain chloroplast, they are present in the leaves and they are known as mesophyll cells. Here they help in the synthesis of the food material by the process of photosynthesis. Parenchyma, I told you, in aquatic plants like in lotus plant, you will find that the leaves and other parts of the lotus plant, they float on the surface of water, because parenchyma consists of the network of parenchyma cells containing air cavities, and these cavities have air that help in the floating of the plant's part. Some specialized cells in the form of epidermis, they are present in the plant's body, over the plant body, that is also parenchymatous cells. यानी एपिडर्मल सेल्स जो होती हैं वो भी पेरेंकाइमा सेल से ही होती हैं. Now, collenchyma cells you can see here. It is a simple permanent tissue which provides flexibility to soft aerial parts like leaves, young stems. इसका मेन काम होता है कि ये जो कोलेनकाइमा सेल्स हैं वो मेनली सॉफ्टनेस और फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी प्रोवाइड करती हैं, और दे अलाउ द प्लांट्स टू बेंड विदाउट ब्रेकिंग. समटाइम्स व्हेन एयर ब्लोज you will find that the leaves of the plants, they bend towards the direction of the air current. Why? Because they are connected with they are joined with the main stem by petiole. जो डंठल से पत्तियां जुड़ी रहती हैं स्टेम से, उसे हम petiole कहते हैं, and that petiole contains collenchyma. फ्रूट्स को आप देखते होंगे, फ्रूट्स आर कनेक्टेड, आर ज्वाइंड विद द स्टेम बाय स्टॉक, and generally when the air blows, neither fruit and nor leaves, they do not shed off, they are not fall off immediately. Why? Because they are flexible enough. Generally they follow the direction of the air current and they bend towards the direction of the air current without breaking, and this happens because of the collenchyma cells, because their cells are unevenly thickened. See here at the corner where I have made the red marks, इसी कॉर्नर पर ये ज़्यादा थिक होती हैं इनकी सेल वॉल, और बीच में आप देखेंगे वो थिकनिंग नहीं होती. So that is why here it is said that they have uneven thickening, and their cell wall is made up of pectocellulose, जबकि पेरेंकाइमा सेल्स में वो बनी थी सेलुलोज से, and they are made up of two chemicals, pectin and cellulose. They are together called pectocellulose. See here, thickening is made up of pectocellulose, and they are thickened at the corners, and this kind of uneven thickening help these cells to provide flexibility as well as the mechanical strength to the part of the plant. And these cells may be also oval or circular in nature. Location, so far as the location is concerned, just below the epidermis, they are present in the leaf stalks, leaf midrib, and herbaceous dicot stem. Herbaceous dicot stem, and they provide here, they are absent in the monocots. So far as function is concerned, they provide strength, mechanical tissues, just like mechanical tissue, they provide the mechanical strength, as I told you, as well as the flexibility. Because collenchyma plant organs and bend without breaking, इनका मेन काम होता है कि बिना टूटे हुए प्लांट्स के पार्ट अपने आप डिजायरेबल डायरेक्शन में मुड़ सकते हैं। इसी को फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी कहते हैं। दिस फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी इज बिकॉज ऑफ द डिपोजिशन ऑफ एक्टोसेलुलोज and uneven thickening in their cell wall. Second function is that they also help in the growth. Collenchyma allows growth and elongation of the organs. Sometimes they also behave like storage. Being living tissue, collenchyma stores the food, and these collenchyma cells, when the plants are younger, बिकॉज दे आर ग्रीन इन कलर, आप देखते होंगे पत्तियों का डंठल भी हरा होता है। तो वाई इट इज ग्रीन इन कलर? बिकॉज इट कंटेन्स क्लोरोप्लास्ट एंड क्लोरोफिल, दैट इज वाई इट आल्सो हेल्प्स इन द फोटोसिंथेसिस। तो मेन फंक्शन इज टू प्रोवाइड मैकेनिकल स्ट्रेंथ एंड फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी so that the plant's part can bend without breaking. Second function is growth and storage of the food material, but sometimes they can also do, not sometimes but often, because they are present in the flexible part of the fruit stalk and leaf petiole. Both are green in color and they contain chloroplast. That is why these cells are living and they help in the synthesis of the food material by the process of photosynthesis. So this is all about the parenchyma and collenchyma. You have to write the differences between the meristematic tissue and permanent tissue and functions of diagram of parenchyma and sclerenchyma, plus write their locations and functions. You have to draw the diagram of both parenchyma as well as sclerenchyma tissue, label them, then write their locations and functions. This is your homework. Okay, thank you.